from Cal's Crafts. Welcome back to my Saturday Whip and Chat. And hi if you've not been before. This is where I tell you what's been going on in the Withington household for this week. Grab yourself a coffee. I have got, what have I got today? Starbucks House, I think. But it's nice. And then I'm going to be starting a new one because I finished my Halloween. I'm going to be carrying on my dragon one as well, but I want to do this one for my mum. So I thought the sooner I get it done, then I can get it framed and up to end of November, ready for it to go up in her room or in the hall. So that's what I'm doing. But I've had a little bit of an accident. Well, not accident, a bit of a mishap. I don't know if you can see. All the ripples. Yeah. Me and this doesn't get on. Never have, never will. And I forgot to put my baking sheet things on it. And I rolled it back up and I put it in the tube. And without me realising, somebody had put it on the side and it'd fallen down by the radiator. Wasn't touching the radiator, but it was near the radiator. And this is what's happened. Can you see them all? I mean, I can fix it. That's not an issue. But we're not going to look at it for a minute. We're just going to chuck it to the side because we're going to kit up. So I've got me diddly diamonds. These I thought I'll cut out and put because I've got these containers. I've got 25 of them. I've got 37 colours. So I'm going to use 25 on them and then the rest in bags. So I thought ones that don't need a lot in, then maybe I would put in the bags. And the ones that have got a lot in, so how many have we got that's got a lot in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So they would fit. Everything that's over 100 will go in there. And everything under 100 will go in the bags. And I think I just did 25 and there's 24. No, it doesn't matter. We'll sort it out as we go along, yeah? So we need a scissors, don't we? Got a scissors. Sellotape we need. Where's the sellotape? My husband's got a terrible habit of nicking my blinking sellotape. The bugger, he's nicked it again. I hide it and I think, oh, he's never going to find it there. I have to put you on pause a sec. I found the tape. I would have liked a smaller tape, but hey ho, pickers can't be choosers. A pen to write on the bag. This is an Aquabrush Duo Leica one. It's quite good. I use it for writing on my spools for cross stitch. So let's get into these. So should we just grab them and just go for it? Right, this one's got loads. 3865 is number 37. So I'm just going to put one in there. Okay, I'll just show you the first one that I do and then the rest will have a chat and you can just watch me make a mess of kitting up. Yeah Sound like a plan? Well, if I can fit more than one in here, I'll fit more than one in here. Oh, it says it's got an 8 on it, so I don't know whether that means 800, but that can't do because that's got a 1 on it. So does that mean that's 1,000 and that's 800? But that one's got more in it than that one. So I don't know. Should have got a bin, shouldn't I? Hang on, I've got the old battered tube here. You know, the tube. So I'm going to put that on the chair and put the rubbish in there. Look at me. Look at me, guys. So how's your week gone? Has it been all right? You can tell the weather's changed here in Britain. The sun comes out, but it's cold now. You know, this is the time now the cardies and the jumpers are coming out. Yeah, it is, and it's getting cold at night. Do you know what I mean? You could really feel the temperature dropping at night. You even had to have the heating on a couple of days because it's been so cold. I should have really labelled that first, shouldn't I? Would have been easier. Have you known me ever do anything easy? Nope. So I will keep my little picture. My little penguins. So all I need is that bit to go on my doodah. It does make it a bit more difficult when you've got a blinking. I was hoping they asked me to have a look in my parcel bag. You know, you put the Christmas wrapping paper in it, and I usually chuck a few small bits of reels of sellotape in it. Yeah, didn't work. There was none in that. So I don't know where all they went, because I did buy a whole lot of them last year. Sorry, I did that off camera. And there's the first one done. So they can actually go back in that bag safe for now. $36. What have we got? 3756. Number 30. Yep, 3756. Yeah, so as you know, when did I talk to you last Saturday, I was getting ready to go up to see Joshua on Sunday. So we went and dropped Lily off at the 5-star doggy hotel, you know, with the 50-inch odd TV, a couple of settees for him to sit on, you know, just the normal. So I dropped her off about 8:30. She was all excited to see Sammy until Sammy took her harness off, and she was like, "Why have you taken my harness off? That usually means I'm staying. I don't want to stay. I love you, Sammy, but I don't want to stay." So she was trying to jump up my arms, bless her. You know, just to make me feel like extra bit guilty for leaving her. And I said, I know. I said, Mama's got to go though, but Muma'll be back tomorrow. And I said, you'll have a whale of a time, which she did. She went on loads of walks, playing in the field, sleeping in Sammy's bed with Pebbles, which is her dog. So I said she knew Pebbles anyway. So I said, you know, that was easier. So then we come back here. I jumped in my car. Grant drove Joshua. So Jessie went up with Grant and Millie come in the car with me. So neither of us were on our own. Sellotape is not doing well to cut, guys. I don't like it. So, yeah, as I said to you before, I haven't drove that far before. So it was going to be a bit of an experience. So we drove 2 hours to Chester. So, well, the other side of Chester, just over 2 hours. Stopped, stretched my legs, had a drink. Then we went on for another couple of hours, then stopped about, I suppose, about an hour and a half from Josh. And then had a sandwich and then went on to Hull. When we got there, fair play, come straight down, and of course we aren't allowed up to see his room because of COVID, so you've got to stay in the car park. But all his roommates were hanging out the window waving, which was lovely. Lovely they made the effort to give us a wave. So he went for a quick drive in the car with his dad, and then he came back to our hotel with us. And we went for Costa's and had a chat and whatever. And of course he was coming back with us the following day, so he wanted to go and see his mates, and we were tired because it was like about 4:30, 4:45. So we went into the room, booked a table for 5:30 to have something to eat because we'd not really eaten much. And it was in a Beefeater next to the Premier Inn. And they are nice, it is nice food there. And we thought we haven't got to walk far, so do you know what I mean? So that's going to be good, as we thought, which the food was very, very good. But we got there and you have to do track and trace wherever you go, and that's not a problem. I've got National Health one on my phone and I always use it. If not, I write your name and your number. Well, we get into this place. He said, oh, you can't use the National Health one. You have to use this. I don't know what it was. I'd never heard of it. I said, I haven't got that app on my phone and I don't know how to get it. He said, well, you can't come in unless you've got it. So I looked at him and I'm like, but I haven't got it. What am I supposed to do? He said, well, you're going to have to find it on your phone. He said, you take a photo and you have to find it and then you have to log in. He said, it's our policy. He's right shitty, he was. Then he was the manager. So the girls are getting het up. Me, they said, oh, I'll do it. So me getting me asked, like I said, what happens if you're like my dad that doesn't use technology, doesn't use a phone? I said he would have no idea what to do. Can't you just write the name and the number down? No, policy is you've got to fill this form in. So I said, well, you know, what would you do? And he said, well, he wouldn't be able to come in, would he? So the girls were getting that title. Please, can we just go in? Can we please just go in? So I just went in. But I have sent I don't expect to hear anything, a complaint. I thought, you shitty little shit. I mean, the food was absolutely exceptional. Well, that's not the point. But I thought, my dad can't, all he can do with mobile phone is pick it up and ring it. That's it. He can't even pick up messages. He just can't do it. I mean, round here in Wales, if you haven't got a mobile phone that will accept, like my friend's got an old mobile phone, hers won't accept these track and trace apps. So you just fill in your name, your address and telephone, well, name and I don't need your address, just your name and your telephone number, and that's it. But no, it wasn't good enough for this bloke. So I said to Grant, if it wasn't the fact that we were hungry and we were really tired and it would be driving another couple of miles to find somewhere else, we would have gone somewhere else. I thought, what a shitty attitude, like. You know, everybody's trying to do their best. And he's getting all shitty with me. Yeah, I don't do it well with people being shitty with me. I don't do well with technology, see. That's my problem. That's what me says. Because you don't do technology. I said, oh, well, I don't. I said, and I admit I don't. And said I wasn't of the generation where there was stuff like this about. I said, so, you know, but yeah, he was right shitty git. Wasn't a very nice bloke at all, he wasn't. But anyway, we did have a nice meal. We went back to the room and I think we were all asleep pretty early. And then on the Monday we went and picked Josh up about 9:30. So he couldn't wait to be able to drive his car for that length of time. So me and Millie went in with him, and Jessie went in with Grant because she's got the same sense of humour as Grant. So them two get on fine. Millie doesn't get on with Grant's sense of humour, as she wanted to come in with me, bless her. Which I said was fine. So we took off. Josh's car has got up-to-date sat-nav in it and whatever. So his took us in a totally different direction to Grant. So he lost him within 5 minutes. And I mean, in the city, you can't stay behind each other. It's impossible. You've got that many traffic lights and things and traffic coming from every direction. And so we didn't catch up with, well, they caught up with us on the first stop we did. So we stopped there, and then they decided they were going to go off on their own, and we'd see them back at home because we were going to stop at my dad's on the way back. So I said, that's fine. So they took a couple of minutes before us. Like, my car's not very powerful, bless it. Joshua's is a bit more. It's only a 1.2 engine, but he's got a bit more woof than mine. And we did catch up with them once. It was so funny. And yeah, I won't tell you the gesture that they both gave us, but it wasn't very pleasant. They thought it was hilarious. So they went on home. We stopped again. They didn't want to. And then we were calling up my dad. My dad had phoned the night before and said, will you stop in and call in? Because we go straight past near enough his house. I said, oh, no. I said, we'll be too tired. We'll be too tired. Oh, you know, I won't, you know, see you all. Because he didn't know nothing about Josh. I said, oh, I'll see. I said, you know how grumpy Grant gets when he's tired. I said, I don't know. So, of course, we pulls up in the car park, which you wouldn't be able to see. And Josh runs around the back of the house. You know, he's sanitised his hands and everything. He's got his mask and gloves and stuff on because he said he's come from Hull. He's not giving his granddad anything. So me and Jessie went in the front door. Dad goes, oh, where's Jess and Grant? I said, oh, they've gone round the back door. He said, oh, I said, it's so nice to see you. He said, I was really hoping you'd come in to see me. So I said, go. I said, go and check the back door's open. So he goes to the back door and there's Josh standing. Oh my God, he burst into tears. He said, oh, I can't believe it. So Josh said, I can't hug you or anything, Grampy, because I want to keep my 2-metre distance, keep you safe. But Dad said, I don't care, it's just the fact that you're here. He said, I can see you, see my boy. And I thought, oh, bless. So we stayed there because we had an ENT call with Jessie's ear, nose and throat consultant was ringing at, was it 3:30, and it was about 3:20. So Jess had gone on home. They'd got home. So I got Millie to FaceTime her. I said, you'll have to stay on FaceTime. And then I had to do this video call with National Health to get through to the consultant. And, you know, it's all done properly through their channels for to talk to this bloke, this consultant. So the call came in. Of course, I couldn't get the volume on my phone to work properly. So I had to near enough have this video call with all he could see really was down my ear roll near enough. Well, on the side of my cheek because I couldn't hear him. He's telling me stuff and Jessie's going, what? So then I'm relaying it to her. So I talked to him and said what had been going on. And he said, well, I pretty much knew as soon as I saw what her paediatrician had said that she would have to have an operation, he said. Because in this country now, they don't give you tonsillectomy unless they absolutely have to. Don't ask me why. Whether they're saving money or what, I don't know. Oh, this bloody tape is crap. No wonder he didn't take this tape. Keeps splitting. Don't like it. Look. Look. Don't like it. Let me see if I can do it with bigger scissors. Sorry guys. This is the life in the Withington household. I'm all over the place. Everybody's used to it in this house. Now if you didn't have these, you can use a pen to write on the white as well. So right, let's see if this works a bit better. Oh, a bit better, look, with the big scissors. So yeah, he agreed that she definitely needed her tonsils out because, like he said, it's dangerous when one tonsil's so swollen, and then if the other one comes in swollen, it's going to stop the breathing. And I said, well, she has trouble breathing when it does become quite swollen. But I said to him, sometimes it's infected, sometimes it's not. Like sometimes she has the white spots, sometimes it's just red, high temperatures, and you know, that's it. Put them over there. I'll put them in a little container after. But and just, I don't want an operation. He said, well, you're going to have to. You know, you're missing a lot of school. It's not good for you to be having temperatures and things. And he said, and if it does become so swollen, it can block off your airways. And he said, we don't want to get that far, he said, at all. So this is the best option. But like I said to him, he said, like, well, we're 4 months. We lost 4 months because of the pandemic. So I said, you're talking over a year, then 18 months before she even gets looking. And he said, probably. But he said, I am going to try and push for her to have hers done more quickly, because she's missing so much of her schooling, and she's going to be going into such an important year, because she'll be going into year 10. He said, I want it done by then, but we'll see. So I said to Jess, I just told Jess, I said it's going to be probably this time next year, if not a little bit longer, before you have it. So she was a little bit better about it then. I said, I know it's scary. I said, but you'll be asleep. I don't want an injection. I don't want an injection. I said they can put you to sleep before they give you the injection. I said, if you're that scared. I said, they got ways round it. It's not a problem. I said, but you can't keep going the way you are in pain all the time, because she's in pain most weeks now with it. And like she said, oh, it's just the norm, Mum. That's, you know, just the way it is. I said, yeah, but it shouldn't be the norm at 13 years of age, being in pain all the time in your throat. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, and also this consultant was quite fit, to be fair. Usually the consultants are quite old, but no, he was very, very nice, to be fair. 3841 is there. Yeah, so that got sorted. So we did that, and then we tootled off home then. I think Josh was in about 5 minutes, and he was back out one of his mates. He's going to meet one of his mates, because he'd got the day off. So, because he'd been up to Liverpool on the Sunday to drop it. His dad offered a meeting. So, them two got together. He was home by about 8:30. I think he came home. So I didn't expect to see you till later. He said, oh, Mum, I was tired. So I come home, and Matt was tired because he drove back from Liverpool. So I said he was tired as well. But most days he's been going, well, evenings, he's been picking the girls up from school, which they've absolutely loved. And can you actually see what I'm doing? I'll just put you down that way. And then in the evenings he's been going out meeting his mates, which is fair enough. But Jess said to me, I said to her yesterday, because I got a scan yesterday, which I'll tell you about after. And she said, oh, it's great. I said, Josh will be picking it. Oh, great. She said, I love it when Josh picks me up. I said, why? And she said, well, he has the windows down, she said, and then he drives up past all my mates and the music's blaring. And he said, it's just brilliant. I said, hang on a minute. I said, if I have my windows down and have the music blaring, I said, and I'm listening to Radio 1 when you lot are in the car, you tell me to do the windows up and turn the music down. She said, well, Josh's trendy, and he's my big brother, and he's got a nice car. He said, you're my mother. Look at your car. I said, thank you bloody very much, you cheeky mare. I said, it does you. I said, it gets you from A to B. She said, oh, I don't mean you like that, Mum. You know what I mean. It's cool having your big brother. But it was nice. I did smile. I thought, oh, that's nice. I think she's missed him more than she thought she would. Well, I think he's missed them. Neither of them would admit it, like, well, none of them admit it, that they've missed each other. But yeah, but he's been volunteering to pick them up every day, so I think he has secretly missed them. So I think they'll miss that next week when it's back to old Mum picking them up. Yeah, so I did go for my CT scan yesterday on my jaw, so I'm hoping they'll pick this infection on the jawbone. So I want to see what's going on. It was quite good, actually. Well, Dad said, can I drive you? I said, no, I'm fine, I can drive myself. And he said, please, can I drive you? And then I realised he wants something to do, doesn't he? So I said, yeah, you can drive me if you want, Dad. He said, I'll pick you up at 11:30. about an hour and 10 minutes away where we've got to go. I said, yeah, that's fine. So we got there, and like, you can't go into the hospital sort of 10-15 minutes before your appointment, which I did. Do your hands. And like Hereford Hospital, they'd be taking your temperature before you even went in the door. You know, before you even got into the hospital bit, they've got a bit where you have to stand and say that you've got no symptoms and have your temperature. But there was none of that. You just had to go straight to wherever it was you needed to go. So I went over to radiology. They said, yes, Mrs. Withington, sit down, somebody would be with you. And they were. Within less than 5 minutes, somebody was with me. Oh, Mr. Withington, we'll take you through. It's outside. We've got CT scanners outside. So go through this like tunnel thing. She's asking you if you had a cough or a cold and all that. And I said, no, I'm fine, I'm fine. And then she takes me up on this little, I don't know what you'd call it. You stand on it and it goes up in the air. And it opens the door straight into the scanning room. So I goes in there, they ask me my name, my date of birth. So I say again, you know, name, date of birth. Yeah, that's fine. Right, we'll just sort it out. So this, now I'm sat by the scanning machine, right by the scan. Then they take my temperature. And I'm thinking, isn't it a bit late now to be taking a temp? I mean, it was fine, but I thought, I've been sat in here with you answering the questions. I've walked with you over to here. I know we've both got masks on, like, but I said, if you're going to take a temperature, you want to do it before you expose me to the other two people that are in here. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I thought that was a bit sussy sus, but hey ho. So I was in and out literally, like a CT scan takes minutes, doesn't it? Which is nice. So of course I come out and I said to Dad, because you're not allowed in the hospital unless you're a patient. So he was busting for the loo when we got there. So he said, oh, I'll go on to Asda's, which is about, I don't know, 10 minutes away. I said, yeah, all right. He said, oh, you'll be a while. I said, probably. Usually takes ages in the hospital, doesn't it? Never go on time, like. He said, oh, I'll go and have a cup of coffee, have a wee and come back. Ring me if you come out before. So I come out now, but it was about half an hour he's been gone. Ringing him. Nothing. Now I know my dad, he can answer the phone. And that's it. But, you know, he can answer it. So ringing, nothing. Half an hour I'm stood outside waiting. I did find this bit of a bench thing to sit on, which was wet, so I had to dry it with my coat. And then eventually he must have looked at his phone and seen that I'd phoned. He said, oh, I'll be there now, sorry. So he come and got me, and then we went back up to Asda's because I needed a cup of coffee or something, because I hadn't had one for hours. So I went and had a cup of coffee while he went and did his shopping. So I think, and then when we were driving home, it was nice because it was just me and my dad having a good old natter. And he said, oh, thank you for letting me take you today. I said, oh, no, that's no problem. I said, I've really enjoyed the company. I said, we've been able to chat and whatever. And he said, oh, I had a reason to get out of bed this morning. He said it was lovely. I didn't say nothing. I just thought, oh, poor old Dad. And he said, I've really enjoyed it, he said. He said, I felt that I was doing something useful, he said, taking you. I said, well, you have been. I said, you saved me having to drive, you know. So I didn't realise. I knew that, you know, he'd enjoy it, but I didn't realise how much, you know, that he does get so lonely. So, yeah. So that was nice. So I was glad that I did let him drive me then. And then Wednesday was him and Mum's wedding anniversary. They'd been married 59 years. So he was a bit upset at the beginning of the week because he said he was only going to get a video call. And then they rang him Tuesday night and said, nope, you can come and see her. Only in the garden, but you can come and see her. That's fine. she is, we'll get her out in the garden as long as it's not pouring with rain, and if it is, you can look at each other through the window. So he was ecstatic, absolutely ecstatic that he could go up and see her. So he went up Wednesday morning and he got to see her in the garden, and he said it was the best she'd ever been since she's been away from home. They'd done her hair beautiful, they'd dressed her beautiful. Some of the staff had come out and was clapping and wishing them both happy anniversary, and they were going to make her a cake with a happy anniversary on it, but couldn't share it with Dad because of Corona, but they're going to share it with Mum and the residents to celebrate. So it was lovely. So they took a photo of Dad with a 2 metre distance from Mum, and she blowing him a kiss, and they zoomed in on her where she's blowing him a kiss. Oh, it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to have that. Oh shoot, I put it as a wallpaper on Dad's phone for him, so every time he opens his phone now he'll see Mum. And then I'm going to get it framed, one for him and one for us, because it looked a bit like, more like my mum. So they said hopefully, if there's no more restrictions, we should be able to see her in about 2 weeks. So I can't wait. As I said to you last week, I didn't mind giving Auntie Margaret my visiting things because she hadn't seen him, but yeah, I can't wait to see her. I'm looking forward to that. Oh, I've got a headache. Anybody else got a headache? I think it's when the weather changes. I don't know if anybody else finds that, but when the weather changes, oh, my head hurts. And I know I'm drinking coffee, but it's the only one. Sometimes coffee, I always have one. If I've got a bad head coming, I always have one coffee, because sometimes drinking coffee can make it do one, which is really nice. I was looking and thinking, what am I doing? What am I really doing? And then I realised I'm doing this. Oh, dearie, dearie me. Yeah, I think Pups is a bit under the weather again today, because we were on the settee before and I was rubbing her back and down her side, and I must have rubbed a bit hard down by the side where her pancreas is, because she snapped at me, and I said that is so unlike her. She doesn't, you know, she is not the type to snap at you at all, but she did, which is unusual. So I said to Grant, when I phoned him, I said I think she's a bit sore. So I said I'll be a bit more gentle. But I never thought, we were just messing around, and she snapped at me, which she doesn't do unless she's in pain. So she's on the settee, chilling out. I've got the door shut. That is Jessie and Millie going up and down my bedroom, if you can hear all that noise, which is nothing new, is it? Noise in our house. Always noisy. Grant says, is it ever quiet in our house? Nope. Our house doesn't do quiet. Does not do quiet at all. The girl's going to make bread after I've done this. Millie's going to make pesto, red pesto bread. And Jessie's going to do cheese and caramelised onion bread. Never been done before in this house. I've made, this week I've made 2 loaves of normal white bread. But the girls want to make some bread, flavoured bread. So I said, yeah. So I'm going to film that for my Patreons, I think. Just an inside of what we do on a Saturday. So I said to the girls, and they said, yeah, I don't mind filming for the Patreons. And you don't know what my Patreons, it's people that support my channel. So I could bring you different things, and then for that I send them Like I'll be sending project bags up. Project bags I'm making to them. And then they get inside videos and things like that, and chats, and know what's going on before everybody else, and just things like that. And it's just a way to say thank you to them for supporting me in my channel, because it does cost quite a bit sometimes in your channel when you're trying to bring different things, which I don't mind, because I spend my, you know, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't go out, so it goes into my channel. Do you know what I mean? But with Patreon, it just helps when that little bit extra, just to get something different. Do you know what I mean? So I might be able to afford a DAC or a Treasure Studio Arts or a Star Wars. You know what I mean? I'll bring you some cross-stitch things. And so yeah, so if you fancy that, details are down below. But yeah, so I'm going to film the girls hopefully, and I'll show you the size of the flower bag. Oh my bloody god, I don't think I could have got a smaller one. But it was a bargain, so I got it. So they did have a couple on the shelf, so I might get another one tomorrow. But I do like making bread from scratch. I made it like, what day did I make one? Who was I listening to? I think it was Pippa. I think one was Becky, from Becky's Madness and Crafts, and I think another one day, and then another day, oh no, I was listening to Rachel, one of her Flosstobers, and then I was carried on listening to Pippa's, because I've got Pippa's Whip that I've been listening to on and off. I listen to a bit, and when I'm doing something, sat down, and then I pause it, and then I go and do something else, and I go back and listen to a bit more. So I was listening to hers. While making homemade bread, kneading away all from scratch. I was quite proud of myself. As I say, they lasted a couple of hours before it was all gone. Everybody kept coming in and taking a slice, and then they had some with tea, and then supper they had some toast with it, and then yeah, it was gone. Which I don't mind, because that's what you make it for, isn't it? And it is a lot. And you know what's going in. There's no additives and preservatives and all that crap in it. You know, just flour, yeast, salt and a little bit of sugar and olive oil, and away to go. And water. Water. Sorry. Water. Used to get told that you spoke, when you're trying to speak properly, water. You shouldn't say water. Water. But I always say water. Yeah, and I love the smell of bread. Oh, when it's, even before it's cooked, just when it's proving. I usually just stick it on a windowsill, but there's no real sun today, so I might put the oven on low and then put it on the hob on the top, and where the hot air comes up, that should be enough to prove it, hopefully. Hopefully. Oh, that needs to go over there. I'll leave that in there because that's already in there, the 310, so it's pointless me bagging it up when it's already in there, bagged up. Dum dum dum. So I'll just put that label on it. Not that you need a label for 310s, because everybody knows the 310s and the 939s, don't they? So yeah, so while the girl's going to be making the bread, I'm going to be making some Winky Wonky backs. Well, not making, I'm going to try and sew up the ones that I've cut out already. So I thought, well, on one hand, if they need help, but I'm also doing some crafting while they're doing that. That's my plan for today. And as I say, I'm going to cook a lasagna for tea. So hopefully when Josh will get back, he can have some lasagna because that's one of his favourites. I shall miss him when he goes back tomorrow. I shall. It's been nice having him. He doesn't talk a lot. He's like his dad. He doesn't talk an awful lot, but every now and again he'd come out and say a little bit of something, which was nice. It was nice being in the car for 5 hours with him because he actually did talk quite a bit. Told me different things, which was really nice. Sorry, I'm just trying to put them back in the boxes. What does that say? 3839? 3839. So I've got, how many did I have? About 4 or 5 wonky bags ready and little bags to stitch up. I just hope I don't run out of cotton because I forgot to get more cotton this morning and it closes early half day on a Saturday, so I thought, well, I'll just use up what I got and then do the rest. I'm not sure whether I'm going to cross stitch my dark Queen of the Seas because I've done, I'll show you what I've done. I'm on part 2. Oops. And that's how much I've done. So is it Ursula? She's called the Octopus Queen, so she's got to go up there yet. So I've been enjoying that. How much just went flying when I pulled that down. I have no idea what it was. That will turn up. I was just looking, I thought, what did I do with that label? It's already on there. Oh, I've got to show you something that's just come in the post. I haven't opened it because I thought I'd open it with you, seeing as I'm doing diamond painting things. Can I reach it? Look what's come in the post. This will appeal to the UK watchers. You know, I did a video on that one and that one that I got from Diamond Painting Pens Creation on Facebook. Wow. Guess what I've done? Yeah. And now I've been on again and they've got some glitter ones that I want as well, because I thought glitter ones would be quite nice for Christmas. So again, lovely little bow which I will be keeping and repurposing. A bit of bubble wrap. Now I only wanted a 1-placer. You can have this one, you could have it converted as a 2-placer. She only had 3 blanks of this one, but she is going to try and get some more with this one. I quite fancy this one in a double-ended one as well now. But look at this. How gorgeous is that? And if you watched my video when I unwrapping the diamond painting pens, you see me using them, and they are an absolute dream to hold in your hands. They're lightweight. They're just I even swapped hands and I diamond painted with my left hand and I'm right-handed just to show how easy they are for you to grip even with your non-dominant hand. They just sit in your hand and they're beautifully. And like I have trouble with my hands as well, but yeah, but I got a green one, look. And this one was £12 plus postage and packaging, which I think was £2.80. So for £14.80 I got this sent to me, which I think I worked out is about just under $20. And that's with the postage as well. I think our most expensive one, I think, is the glitter ones, which I think, let me have a look, does it say how much they are? £15 plus postage and packaging, so that would make it £17.80 with postage and packaging. She's got red, purple glitter and a gold glitter. I really like the red and I really like the purple. Oh, and she's got a blacky grey, well, silvery colour. black and silver. Yeah. So go and have a look. Check her out. Diamond Painting Pens Creations. Tell her I sent you. Not that I, you know, just for the sake that I said I sent you. No other reason. Because I said to her I'm going to just give her a shout out because I was just so impressed. And the service, I ordered this Tuesday. I think it was after I put the video up. And it was here today. So he turned, and he hadn't turned it then. So he turned it, he'd got the blank, but that one hadn't been turned. So he turned it to order. So yeah, so I'm dead chuffed with that. I am absolutely chuffed to bits with that. So I will be definitely ordering some more off her because, as I say, they're lovely. They're just so comfortable. And when you've got painful chronic illnesses or, you know, things that hurt in your hands or whatever, you want something that's really comfortable. And I got to admit, most of my pens are comfortable. I don't think I've really got any that are not. Some I can't hold for too long, but that's not because of the pen, that's because of me. And you've never got too much pens, have you? That's my view. Now what have I got now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. I think I've got now. 6 acrylic. 1 wooden one my hubby made, and 1 that I got off Rachel Ray with crystals in it. So I'm not doing too bad, am I? But I do think I need a Christmassy glittery one for Christmas. Because that would look really good doing this penguin one. And he's speeding along. I know I'm slow at this, aren't I? I can't help it. I don't care. So this next week, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I think I'm going to do some more bags. Especially now I've got the red zips in. I can do the Christmassy ones. That's if my sewing machine doesn't decide that it doesn't want to sew it, because it's a little bit thicker, the material. So that's going to be interesting. And I'm also going to put, after, I might do that after as well, Dark Queen of the Sea Part 2 on my pattern keeper. I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong yesterday. I was trying to put it on, and I put it on and it wouldn't be leveled up. And I put it on pattern keeper and it'd be all over the place, and it's like, and I was getting the right fret. So I put it on my vid yesterday that I was getting the fret with it, and Pippa sent me, bless her, she did a little tutorial video for me. She's a bloody darling, she is. So I watched that, and then I'd realised didn't put the stitch count on each round. Like it was it 100 width by 130 length or something, and I hadn't put them in right. So I think that's where I was going wrong. So I'm going to do that later, and if I still don't get it right, I'll be contacting Pippa again. Say help me, Pippa. But yeah, you lot are good to me. So she said she might do a video and put it up, and I said yes, do a video, because there's got to be other people. I can't be the only one that's a little bit thick on how to do these. Transfer it from a PDF to pattern keeper. I could do the gridding bit. I managed the grid bit okay, but I just couldn't get it to be in the blocks properly when it went on to pattern keeper. So all the lines were overlapping, and oh, it was a right mess. So I was trying to block out what I'd done, and yeah, I couldn't find the right block, and oh, it was a right mess. It was right palaver. So I gave up on that last night. I thought I ain't going to do that. So I might have a go while the girls are making the bread before I start sewing. Because I'll probably make a cup of tea. I might make a hot juice before they start making some bread. My fabric's come in from Lakeside. I haven't opened it yet. I think there's a needle minder in the other box that's come in, but I'll open them. Might leave them for, or I might have a sneaky peek and then show you all properly on my floss tube on Friday. But if it's what I think it is, I might start using the one bit, because I won't be able to resist waiting. You know what we're like. We get these things and we have to try them out, don't we? We do. We have to try it all out, see if it does what it does. I got some beeswax for thread, which I might use on my, I'm wondering if I can use it on my Dinky Dyes thread, because I'm finding I'm tangling that one up like crazy, and I don't know why. And I love the feel of the Dinky Dyes. I love how they look, but I got it all tangled again yesterday when I was out and about. So I'm wondering, I've got the beeswax cross stitching thread, so I'm not thread, you know, the beeswax for cross stitch thread, whether if I do it with the Dinky Dyes. Does anybody know? It won't harm them. I know you can do it with flosses and stuff, and weak dyes it says it's all right for, but should be, shouldn't it? Just to make it glide easier so that's not catching on everything. And because I'm not very, well, not that I'm not very good, I'm getting better at it, but the way, I think sometimes it's the way I pull it through, and I'm doing it in hand. It isn't on a hoop or anything, so I'm wondering if that's hindering me to knot it as well. Because I do like stitching that one in hand. You know, it's one of those projects that I do enjoy, just having it loose in my hand doing it. Just feels so nice. And it's not an extremely big piece either, do you know what I mean? Do I say that a lot? I just feel like I'm saying, do you know what I mean, a lot today. But yeah, so anybody know? Let me know in the comments below if you can use the beeswax with the... Has I got it in here? I don't know if I've got the beeswax in here. This is supposed to be my accessory with bits and bobs. Is that it there? That's it. This is it. That was my Christmas tree light box as well. From last year I got some Christmas lights in it, and I thought it makes a perfect little toolbox, this stuff. And you're supposed to put the thread, can you see them, over there and just glide it through, and it's supposed to stop it tangling. But I don't know, so I've never used it yet. I bought it and then I forgot I got it, and then yesterday when I tangled myself up I thought, oh, I've got that stuff, I wonder if that's any good. I just done an 823. I don't know. 4, 8 to 814. But I've cut it up somewhere, so where have I put it? Am I being thick, guys? Can you see it anywhere? Eight, 2, 3. 666, 75, 800. I have no idea what I've done with that. I'm going to just put that one in there for now, like that, and put it up there out the way, because I don't know what I've done with it. It'll turn up, won't it? Checking it's not in there. Nope, it's not in the rubbish. On to the next one, 890. So I suppose I better think about letting you lot go. I'll carry on doing that. And I'll be starting that diamond painting, so in my live tomorrow. And I'll probably show you how to, as I'm going along, I'll fix the creases and the bubbles and things that I've caused from having it near my radiator without me knowing. My own fault, I should have put it away tidy, but I didn't. All covered in parchment paper, which I didn't. So, but I'll just repair it as I'm going because I need it for my mama. Need to do it for my mama. I do. So, if you've got any comments or you saw what I've done with number 823 piece of paper, let me know down below. If you want to just have a chat, leave whatever you want down below and I will have a chat back to you. My social media stuff's down there if you want to chat through that, or send me any pictures or anything. On my live on a Sunday, I always show everybody's pictures that they send me, which I think is fun. And my Happy Bells down below, because sometimes I do have a giveaway, and when I do, I need to have your details, because if I haven't got your details, you won't. It'll go to somebody else, because I think it's got to be fair on the ones that have filled it in and watch me week in, week out. So, some tip. And also my Patreon is down below if you just want to go along and have a nose. That's fine as well. So all that's left for me to say is thank you ever so much for taking time out of your day and watching my videos. I really, really do appreciate it. You'll never know how much. So take care, and most importantly, stay safe. Love you all. Bye.